Hello, hello. Welcome. Welcome. Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hello, welcome. Welcome to part 2 of LB7. Yo, hi guys. Welcome to part 2. So, no clue what we're getting ourselves into with this one, but I saw the collab, the arcade collab is going to be live on Friday. So we have that to factor in. So it's going to be up on Friday, on the 15th. So yeah, we'll see how that's going to go. But apart from that, part 2 of LB7 is here. So let's just jump right into it. It's a long section that we're starting off with. So life in Chichen Itza. Let's go. Pum. What's up, Robert? Okay, a full cycle passed. Oh, rare Ritska sprite in the new Mystic Code as well.
Welcome, Chaldeans. Everyone here at Chichen Itza is thrilled to have you. I know you're here for personal reasons, and that you don't mean any of those living in Mictlan any harm. How do I know that? Well, I've been listening in on you all from the start, of course. Hear that? These people are not our enemies. I, Kukulkan, the teachings of the sun, declare that all dinos should treat them as friends. So it's like that. I guess I got even more dead weight to carry now. Vukub, isn't a decree permitting dinos to discuss proper human history with the... Wait. Issue a decree permitting a dinos to discuss proper human history with the Chaldeans. Invited to say that they're friendly species, and are far more like dinos than Osalome.
With all due respect, these people are obviously Osalome in all the ways that matter.
Yeah?
I would go so far as to say they're even worse. They're obviously of the same species as the Cryptor who's brought his wicked culture here in Mictlan.
Yes, they're the same species as the Cryptor. They know about all kinds of civilizations and plenty of other naughty things.
Huh?
But it's also not fair for Mexico City to receive the benefits of foreign culture while Chichen Itza goes without, right? I'm sure the dinos will take this opportunity to learn, and not just about the good things, but the bad as well. It's okay, Vukub. Dinos are smart. They're not about to change their entire way of life over this. Chaldea's values can just be a cherry on top, so to speak. This may be the most exciting development for them since corn on the cob.
Corn on the cob. You have corn on the cob here? Yo, of course you do.
Very well, Lady Kukulkan. I shall do as you say.
That glare could have shipped paint off a wall.
May I say something now?
What's up?
Oh right, you're Chaldea's representative. Fine, keep it quick.
Very well. First of all, I want to thank you for hospitality. For your hospitality. Though proper human history and Lostbelts are generally at odds, right now we share a common enemy in desperately.
I'm as uninterested in your justifications as I am in your flattery. I told you, be quick. Even had the Osalmine never appeared, we still would not see proper human history as our enemy. That irritating woman called you friends. That's good enough for the dinos. Now, what do you need? I can see clearly that your ship's at a complete wreck. Sorry your resident god doesn't know how brutally strong she is. I'm guessing her rough handling left some of your crew pretty banged up. You may use the human medical instruments I had made for me. If you need more, I'll have the priests increase production.
Oh, really? I mean, now that you mention it, you do look human yourself, but... Well, for one thing, may I ask exactly what sort of relationship you have with Tezcatlipoca? Because from where we stand, both the Tezcatlipoca of Mexico City and you, Tezcatlipoca, the king of dinosaurs, would seem to be the same god from proper human history.
Nothing to worry about there. Yeah, we're both Tezcatlipoca, but it doesn't make us friends. Gods have multiple aspects. Ours just happen to exist separately.
Ah.
You know, Mage, you should understand what I'm getting at.
Does that mean he's a different Tezcatlipoca from the one David summoned? A rogue servant, perhaps?
Yeah, different aspect.
It said that Tezcatlipoca had multiple divinities, so I suppose his story would make sense if he was one of them.
What else? Can you repair your ship yourselves?
Oh, yes, we can. But you could certainly use more helping hands and materials. Do you have any you can spare?
You liked that one, didn't you? You must be a terrible poker player. You do realize the commander of an army shouldn't just leap at the first feast offered to them, yeah? I don't mind seeing people so desperate, especially guys like you who would usually do all they can to hide how they feel. Dipper was with you, right? Alright, I'll lend you some deinos and he can serve you as your go-between. You should ask the deinos for help with the materials you need too. You'll finish a lot faster that way.
Live stream announcement? Okay, I'm gonna do something about that. If I remember. Let me manually post it for now. Where were we? Live. This. Copy. Live. Thank you, Zeno. Thank you. Okay.
From proper human history's perspective, Mictlan's a damn treasure trove of resources. You won't have any trouble finding whatever you need here.
So let me change this. Okay.
I see. Thank you once again, King of Dinosaurs. So, how much are we going to have to pay? You're, not going to demand we offer one of us a sacrifice, are you? Why are they laughing? It's because I nailed it. Their culture is so different, I just can't tell at all.
What are you thinking? Should we take him up on his offer and sacrifice one of them? What, you visit Mexico City once and now you've gone full carnivore? Fine. Leave us an acquired taste, but it's so great. I prefer my meat raw, but since you're just starting out, you should cook yours. Getting the runs would make for a legend that would spread through Mictlan like wildfire. Imagine it, the mighty Kukulkan, holed up in the bathroom for hours on end, her vulgarity on full display. That's never going to happen because I'm never going to eat any meat. Besides, the sun would never hide, no.
I'm never going to eat any meat.
No self-respecting god would block off a cave with the boulders so she could hide in it for purely personal reasons.
Actually...
I appreciate the offer, Gordolf, but we don't need a sacrifice. We're not making a deal. We're just helping you the way anyone in Mictlan would. So please, don't be afraid to ask the deinos to help with whatever they can. Yeah, if you people really want to repay our hospitality. The best thing you can do is fix your ship and get it out of Chichen Itza as soon as possible. We don't need you fighting the cryptid anywhere near here. Cleaning this place up after a battle would be a major hassle. Alright, we're done here, yeah? We've exchanged pleasantries and everything, so go back to your crew. I never waste time. You've got to make sure your memories are as meaningful as they can be. Aw, you're so earnest, King. Alright then, I'll let you handle the solar sojourn on your own. So going with Caldia? Well, that's fine. Suit yourself. Besides, you being here wouldn't make my job any easier. At least this way, you'll be out of my hair. Thanks for signing off, King. Okay, Gordolf, the Livermet, let's get back to the border. That's where we'll find Mash, the President, Kadok, Da Vinci, Shion, and other servants, right? Oh, this is going to be fun. I can't wait to speak to them in person.
Oh, it's... Wow, look at all the materials. Damn. They weren't kidding when they said that this was a treasure trove of resources, huh? We're getting everything here.
Oh, you're back. How did your audience with the king of dinosaurs go?
We got permission to stay and a promise to help with the repairs.
That's great news. Now we can finally catch our breath. Though, having said that, we do still have a ton of work ahead. We've been going through the reports of your activities since we arrived. And there's just way too much about this place that doesn't make any sense. This Lostbelt's prime species, the deinos, Kukulkan, the god they worship, and the only one to exist in all of Mictlan. And then there's the Tezcatlipoca who attacked the stone border. Chichen Itza's king of dinosaurs says he's Tezcatlipoca too. But we can set that aside for now. Yes, he's Tezcatlipoca as well, but he's also pretty clearly not our enemy. No, our problem here is David and the Tezcatlipoca who is his servant. There's also the Oselme who believe in the Aztec mythology David and Tezcatlipoca have been spreading, the Mexico City where they all live. Apparently, Ord's going to put in an appearance there sometime in the near future. On top of all that, the stone border still needs extensive repairs, and then...
Is something wrong, young miss? You look as though this entire world displeases you. Now that the Livermet and Commander Gordolf have returned from the altar, shouldn't you, the ruler, offer a word of encouragement?
Yes, but there's no reason I need to do it now, right? They don't seem injured on anything.
Then what about making a presidential declaration to the rest of Chaldea's staff?
Yo, Emmanuel, what's up?
I recall you very much looking forward to that. Watching from a distance simply doesn't seem like you. Have you had a change of heart, perhaps? For instance, do you now clearly remember who you really are?
That's a big thing. The foreign god was mentioned multiple times in her presence. And what if I do? It doesn't matter. I'm still not so much as a single AU closer to remembering anything about myself. Okay, I see.
I see. A pity. But if that's true, you should have no difficulty joining the conversation. Are you sure you don't want to give a rousing campaign speech? I grant you that Kukulkan has taken over the coveted position of the most powerful fighter. I understand your reluctance, as that position is your entire purpose in life.
It's not a competition. Now shut up.
And then there's the problem of what to do about those two, you Olga Marie and Rasputin. Honestly, I have no idea how to act around them. Rasputin in particular, I can't ever forgive, but setting that aside for now. She may have lost her memories, but Olga Marie is still the foreign god. In the end, or really from the start to finish, she's the clearest enemy we've got. With Holmes gone for the time being, it's my job to serve as both technical and administrative advisor. And speaking of both capacities, I just don't think we can trust her lightly. Or at least, we should consider her a dependable fighter. As far as I'm concerned, it doesn't matter how many times she's helped you so far, or even that she saved us in Mexico City.
So just because she's helping us now doesn't make her a true ally?
Essentially, yes. Believe me, I wish we could rely on her, but... Home was always the one who handled these kinds of tricky situations before. Without him here... So what about Gonskaya then? Oh, she's fine. We don't have to worry about her. Gismagistus II already concluded that she's definitely a servant on Chaldea's, that is, humanity side. Anyway, for the time being, the rest of the staff is inside the storm border recuperating from the the shock of being shaken around like crazy when Kukulkan schlepped the border here. That includes manure too. As a result, we fortunately haven't been able to take a vote on Olga Marie yet. I'll explain the situation to everyone once they've recovered from the motion sickness. When I do, If even one of them feels like they can't accept her being here, then I plan to respect that. Are you two okay with that?
Yep.
I understand. If you think we need anonymous approval,
Unanimous.
I have no problem with that.
Unanimous.
Well, if you're all okay with that, then I have no objections either. Regardless of who that so-called president of Earth really is, the fact remains that she looks just like Olga Marie. I wasn't around for the Finnish Skaldia days, so I can't imagine how the staff who are here must feel about this. So it would be foolish of me to use my authority to shut them down on the grounds that we need all the help we can get right now. So if any staff of the board are starting with manure, say they refuse to accept you Olga Marie's help, then that will be the end of it, as far as I'm concerned.
What's up, Luna?
Having said that, Manure, Tomlin, Octavia, Chin, Kayan, Elron, Kawata, and Marcus. Every single one of them is a veteran of Chaldia. They've all been through hell and lived to tell the tale. So while they may not be thrilled, I'm confident they won't think twice about bringing an old enemy or two into the fold.
Yeah. Yeah. Excuse me. Are you finished with your discussion? I'm sorry to interrupt. I was keeping my distance as it seemed like you were dealing with a number of interpersonal issues. But I feel like I need to speak up before the dinos behind me start getting out of hand. Good day, Chaldeans. You must be Da Vinci, yes? I'm Tipo. I met Mesh and Delivermet in the first item, and I've been accompanying them ever since. And these dinos here behind me are... That's right, it's us! You're dependable, locally sourced labor. Great. The Deinonychus Brothers 11.
Death Falling, what are you all doing here? Are you out on a run?
No, Big Sis Mesh. This isn't about Shokta practice. Master Tipo asked us to come here to help repair your ship.
Oh, I see. Thank you.
You're gonna be a huge help. Right? We'll talk. We've never carried anything heavier than a Shokta ball before, but we'll manage. That they will, because I will be managing them. The Deinonychus brothers are all very fast runners, so I'm going to have them secure and transport resources. We'll make sure you all have the materials you need so that you can simply focus on making repairs to your... Hello. Is something wrong? Are you not getting enough sunlight? That doesn't look good.
Technical Administrative Advisor, what's wrong? You look like you've just seen a ghost.
SARS.
Oh.
SARS. Dinosaurs. Eee, dinosaurs! Real life dinosaurs! What an explosion! What artistic masterpieces!
Oh.
I can't believe it! The dinos really are dinosaurs! This is incredible! I want to touch them!
Oh.
Sorry about that. I only just woke up, so I'm still a little wonky.
I most certainly have not read through the story of Summer 5, no. Yet.
I'm Leonardo da Vinci, Chaldea's resident engineer. And you must be Tipo, the dinos who's been helping deliver my Mesh. Pleasure to meet you.
The Deinonychus brothers are all tired out from her cuddle attack. The pleasure's all mine. Now, on the subject of repairing your ship, I'm afraid we can't be of much direct aid since we don't understand the ship or its construction. But if you tell us what resources you require for these repairs, we can gather them easily enough. You're also very welcome to stay at my house if any of you wish to spend the night in the city. You're our guests, and we're very happy to give you whatever welcome we can.
No way, that's awesome. I definitely want to check out the big dino city. Oh, but only to increase my understanding of the Lostbelt. Yeah, we do know everything we can about Mictlan's history and culture. Yep. So if it's no trouble,
Not at all. I would be thrilled to have your company. Having the opportunity to talk to a sage of proper human history is a genuine miracle after all. Oh, right. There's something else we need to do first. I'm sure you need at least a few days to finish your repairs. So you need to secure your own safety by eliminating the carnivorous insects and other beasts in the area.
Oh, carnivorous insects, eh? Just hearing that makes me want to pack up and go home. I feel it in my bones. Deliver, Matt. Mash. Need to Chris and Namor still recovering, so I want you to handle this yourself.
Yes, sir.
There won't be a problem. We've encountered these creatures several times already. Come on, Master. The two of us alone should be able to... Kukulkan? What? You can't go chase off all the beasties that might bother you, right? So I'm coming with you. I set the ship down here to begin with. Plus, I've been wanting to see how you guys fight. Etiquette isn't my strong suit, but I hope you don't mind if I fight alongside your heroes of proper human history regardless.
So Robert made a bit of a site for me to use, so I can see a boss fight if it's happening or not. So there's basically a bit of a site. You can... Wait, let me... It's just a bit of a site, and I can like click it and then see no wheel for section 11, arrow 1. And then I can just click like that I'm done with it. So this is like for LB7. Like if you look at like arrow 5 here, for support wheel, right? Arrow 4, no wheel. So it's a bit more organized now. So now I can see it here, no wheel. Perfect. What did it say? Do I need her here? I do. Do I need her here? Oh, no, I don't. Oh. I mean, I don't have any buster support, so... Can't use Ushi? I mean, wasn't that only for boss fights? Wait, what? Why can't I use Ushi? Also, Ushi isn't dead even, right? Oh, I see. I was confused for a second there. Zeno, you confused me for a bit. You confused me. I was worried for a second that she died. She did not die. She got off-streamed.
サポートシステム 40% カット。運動性問題ありません。こういうこともできる。承知。
天にも地にも彼方にも志願を満たす醜くうごめく虫ばかり。ご王本天陣内空列。
一段装填了解一歩前に差し込むこれでどうだ
お覚悟。
Who wasn't out at this point? Nice.
古きルール
病院病院失せなさい。
Bop,
つえ
bop, bop, bop.
天網開会。
No crits.
病院
了解。なんだって
ぜ
スライドスマッシュはあ
病院承知。
前に
そこ。
はあ
Surely she has some kind of like ignore invincible or something. She does. How does she work? You like expand, evade and short hit? Fuck that. It's level 8. Ew, I'm not even gonna do that. I'm just gonna do this.
どれにしようかな
Increase attack for yourself. How many stars? Yeah, go for it. Increase MP strength. Fuck yeah.
おストレートに 命令とねよそ見厳禁ですささやかによそ見厳禁です
So why exactly? Oh my goodness. I know what her MP looks like, game.
マヤパンパン
It's not a secret.
そりゃこれが
Stop trying to hide it.
決めてみせ
よく切れ。三日月こそ我が怒り。
古きルール
そうでなくて刃。
翡翠先落とし
どうせこの世は地獄なり。賠償人。チリアクタになるがいい。五王発展。陣内風列。
震え凍てつき砕け散る時ま
Okay.
で諦めることは許せ
I guess I just need to bring my my Ptolemaios with ignore invincible CE to every single node. Otherwise we're gonna be here for a long time.
Okay, some of you are meeting for the first time, so let me introduce myself. My name is Leonardo da Vinci. I'm Chaldea's technical and administrative advisor. You can just think of me as a peerless genius who can do anything she sets her mind to. I'm Nita Chris, a caster servant. I'm told you're the deinos who guarded the border while I was recovering. For that, you have my thanks. I was once pharaoh, though briefly. As such, I always repay my debts in full.
Huh? What are you talking about? All I did was chase off a few Solomei. Everything is such a big deal to you guys. Worry less, or you'll just wear yourselves out.
I see you're as strong as of body as you are of heart, Warrior Wakchan. You're an admirably altruistic deinos.
You think? What's an ultra-istic? Ultra-istic? For my info.
I guess I'll go next then. I'm Shion Iltam Sokaris, one of Chaldea's allies. Thank you for rescuing me from those altars. I really appreciate it. Tezcatlipoca gave us some questionable herbs which put us to sleep, so I do not recall what happened. But it sounds like you went through quite the ordeal to get here. To get there.
Quite the ordeal there.
You'll have to tell me all about it later.
Huh? Is this all there is? Where's everyone else?
The Nemos are staying with the border, since it's built on top of the Nautilus. Captain Nemo simply moving away is enough to dramatically decrease its functionality. So he's staying behind to help the border back up and running as soon as humanly possible. And the staff member rooms are also intact, so they decided they prefer to rest there. As for Commander Godolph.
Chichen Itza, the city of deinos, eh? Normally I would only let the field operatives go somewhere like that. But I can see you have your heart set on this regardless. Okay, you have my permission. Me? Of course not. I'd never set foot anywhere so dangerous if I could possibly help it. You've seen Wakshan yourself, right? He may be nice and understanding, but his abilities are terrifying. Remember when he just casually swiped his tail to shoo off some insects and knock down a tree like... the tree that was over 10 meters tall? The city of deinos may as well be a city of giants. Going there as a tourist is practically a death sentence.
Reasonable.
Suffice to say, I'm not setting one foot outside the border. My personal room and the command room may both be under repair at the moment. But fortunately, I'm already used to using the hangar as my temporary personal room. At this point, I'll gladly take working air conditioning over almost anything else.
I know what you mean. The heat here in Mictlan has been ridiculous. Just standing out in the jungle is enough to make me miss Russia's weather. I don't know how the Livermet and Mesh handle it.
I have a mystic code for it. I have a cheat. I have a mystic code.
You're telling me. I read the report on the Sixth Singularity. And I suppose they weren't exaggerating about the heat in Jerusalem. It wasn't even this hot back when I attended the car rally. As a spectator. Hang on. You're staying on the border too, Kadok. You do know you don't have a room here, right?
Yeah, I know. My cell's pretty much gone after the whole crash thing. But the Livermet said I could stay in his room as long as I liked it. As long as I liked, in the meantime. Oh, so you two are staying on the border. Then I think I'll set up camp here as well. We may have gotten rid of the nearby hostile wildfire, but there's no telling when more Oslame may try to attack. And since I'm a Chaldean servant, it's only right that I do my part to ensure you all stay safe and healthy.
Okay. She's a Chaldean servant?
So the next time they also may show up, I'll pass out. I mean, confiscate their guns and make sure they can't bother you again.
I can't believe her. She's totally going to collect the weapons she gave them and act like nothing happened.
He said that, it's the commander's job to stay behind and keep the border safe. Yeah, let's do it at that.
That's a good plan. The border's armor looks pretty tough, but there's no telling what might happen at night. I think they'll be safer in the border than here in Chichen Itza.
Anyway, they went on longer than I planned, especially for a pre-dinner greeting, but I'm done now. You spent all day getting rid of dangerous wildfire, so I'd like you to just eat and get some sleep for tomorrow. Oh, before you go to bed, is there anything you wanted to ask about the Livermet?
Well... How does this hair work? It looks like it should be, like, solid. I'm curious to know, Kukulkan. Who is more authority? You or the King of Dinosaurs?
Huh? You mean I didn't tell you?
Who's more authority? Is you want to know the chain of command? Yes, that is rather fuzzy. Well, I could tell you who's stronger, but who is more authority? I'm not really sure.
The King of Dinosaurs is in charge of all things having to do with dino society. His decisions for Chichen Itza take priority. I'm more of a representative of Warden and Mictlan as a whole. You could even call me a translator of sorts. Really? Because I've read the records of what happened at the sacrificial altars, and it says you refer to yourself as Mictlan's creator. Oh, that was more of a spur of the moment thing. I kinda just wanted to make myself look in front of that bastard with the sunglasses. Besides, Mictlan's basically all made up of Earth resources, so if anything, I'm kind of an outsider here.
A foreigner, huh?
Oh, I know. I really just kind of exist. Nobody asks anything of me, and I don't ask anything of anybody. I heard that's what the gods of proper human history are like. Is that not the case? No, that's right. The more transcendent a god's power, the less involved they are with human society. That's what a god should be like. A being whose main purpose is to make people think they exist. Natural phenomena aren't inherently good or evil. It's human job to decide which alignment a particular phenomenon fell under. So does this mean that you're the deification of order in Mictlan as the dinos imagine it? Yes, I think that's right. Though I couldn't tell you who first imagined that.
So why did you dress as like an ocelot?
Cause I wanted to. I mean, no, of course it wasn't anything as simple as that. I'm dressed like this cause it's, a disguise. Yeah, it's a disguise.
Yeah, the least suspicious answer.
I copied an outfit in the style of proper human history so I could blend in better while I was in Mexico City.
I see. A wise decision. So as I would expect from you, Kukulkan. However, this is Chichen Itza, not Mexico City. So why not take that outfit off now? Besides, you never wore any clothing before. Yeah, you must be hot with all that cloth covering you, right? How come you're not just going nude, Lady Kukulkan?
Wow, impressive. Nude? That would seem to make a great deal of sense for a god of the dinos. What do you think, Delivermet? Don't be ridiculous, Shion. Kukulkan, please, just keep wearing what you're wearing. It's, very punk, rock, and desperado. Yes, of course. Do get the sense desperado isn't entirely complimentary.
I mean, gods are usually nude, you know. Not that wild. Not that crazy.
Okay. Now that we've all settled down, let's talk about our schedule for from tomorrow on. Our main focus is still repairing the stormboulder, but to do that, we need to split up into two groups, one for procuring resources, and one for making the repairs. Mesh, I'd like you to assist Shion with looking over the computer room. Delivermet, I'd like you to join the resource team and help collect the materials we need.
Yo, Stream Elements is working.
If you need to go to the jungle, take Nito Chris for protection. If you're going around Chichen Itza, then Wakchan will guard you instead.
Sorry, can't. I got some important business to take care of.
Okay, sorry about that. In that case... Guess I have no choice but to take on the task of guarding you when we go shopping in Chichen Itza. Damn, what a pain that would be.
If it's just the two of you, then you probably need a guide. I'd be happy to fulfill that role. You need only ask. Chichen Itza is a peaceful city, but you still never know what might happen.
Thanks, Dippo. You're a great help. You know, I still have a lot of things I want to talk to you about. Okay then, everyone, off to bed. We've got a busy day ahead of us tomorrow.
Okay. Did you already go to her room? Huh. I feel like we are very chill for the current situation, considering like we have what, like 9 days or something until likely Ort attacks. Given what David was saying. It was a time long before the present. Long before the Neogene, the Paleogene, the Cretaceous, the Jurassic, or the Triassic periods. Our journey as a species began on a continent 300 million years ago. That's how this texture, this cosmic hypothesis, was programmed. Oh, here we go, lore. What's up, little Ben? Ooh. Back then, there was only one continent. It was a new world, created when 3 small continents collided and fused together. The collisions formed mountains, and the mountains formed airflows. The airflows beget rainy seasons, which produced many rivers and countless marshes. So many kinds of plants began to grow, and so great woodlands were born on this planet. The forests were made up of great ferns, about 40 meters tall, by your measurements. Okay. Those ferns were our vessels. They became the new society that kept us alive. The forest continued to grow. Without any natural predators, the insects evolved to become bigger and stronger. And finally became a form of life modern-day humans like yourselves could understand. Our species changed course to match the evolution of those life forms as well. Also, those ferns eventually returned to the ground. Much later in your time, what remained of them would become the coal you dig up and use. Okay, yeah. This is why your people called this particular time the Carboniferous period? Ah, yeah. The fossil fuel period. The insect's time at the top of the food chain was short-lived. It wasn't long before the vertebrates appeared. I still remember how astounded, how overjoyed you were back then. Mouths with teeth, 4 sturdy limbs, heads that extended from the torso. Amniotes, a brand new form of life similar to what you call lizards. It was clear for all to see that they would become the Earth's dominant species. These creatures, born from amniotic eggs were a kind of membranous layer. These eggs were filled with amniotic fluid, which surrounded the young within as they grew and developed. This method of procreation granted the young protection from the outside world in the form of an egg itself. It was a far safer way of giving birth, and one which had not yet been seen. Thanks to amniotic eggs, these life forms no longer needed to remain in water to reproduce, and so, life on land became viable. Over many long years, they further divided into synapsids and sauropsids. The ones who survived extinction became the dinosaurs' ancestors. For 47 million years, they made this land into their own personal paradise. Up to this point, everything has been the same as what transpired in your world. Yeah, seems pretty normal. Here though, our worlds diverge and Mictlan begins. Yep, this is what we saw when we flew in 66 million years ago. This planet faced its third extinction level event. 81% of all aquatic life and 70% of all land vertebrates died as a result. In your timeline, for human history, this is where the world of the dinosaurs came to an end. But this is a Lostbelt. Thanks to a tiny deviation in its path, the meteorite that devastated the Earth arrived 250 million years sooner. Damn. Instead of waiting for humans like you to appear much later, we chose the existing creatures to carry the torch of life. We chose the prehistoric children who continue to live on this planet, just like you. And that's when my dream ended. So you're telling me I got this info from a dream? It came to me in a dream?
That sounds a lot like the lucid dreams masters sometimes have as a result of synchronizing their minds with their servants. The voice of the dream said it was the Carboniferous period, right? Then you must have been seeing a Paleozoic era Earth. The Devonian period, Carboniferous period, and Permian period marked the end of the Paleozoic era.
Okay.
The Mesozoic era of dinosaurs began when the Paleozoic era came to an end. Do you know why all the Paleozoic era creatures died out they ever met?
Yeah, Big Five. Yeah, the Big Five.
Yep, exactly. And the biggest of the Big Five is an event that took place at the end of the Permian period. In the case of other mass extinction events, we know exactly what happened. The cause of this third one, though, is still unclear. Some people believe it happened because of the simultaneous volcanic eruptions, others say meteor impacts, still others blame temperature increases from the sudden release of methane from the ocean bottoms. If that mass extinction hadn't happened, life on this planet would probably have evolved very differently from what it is now. After that event, the Mesozoic era, when the dinosaurs reigned supreme, lasted for 180 million years. Followed by Cenozoic era, which began 66 million years ago and is still going strong. However, no heroic spirit could possibly have memories of that time. Well, I guess there might be an exception or two who happen to be around the pre-Cambrian era.
Get your mans, Zeno. Get your mans.
But as a general rule, human heroic spirits, by definition, all lived during the Cenozoic era. The only being who could have possibly showed you anything like that is what the Mage Cat calls an archetype.
Yo! Yo! I know a certain archetype or two.
They're essentially like the planet's brain or memory.
An archetype? Yo! I must say, proper human history tableware is wonderful. I'm especially fond of this cup. We use tableware too, but we've never made so many varieties for different purposes. Oh, I see. So you call this a watering can. Interesting. Would you mind if I kept one as a sample? I can't wait to show this to our resident artisans. I bet they'll be so impressed they'll begin mass production in no time. I can see it now. A brand new type of cup made just for dinos. We call it Drinky No Spilly. It's going to be a huge hit. Yeah, what a name. So we know that Urt is a type or an archetype, if you will. I think either Jupiter or Saturn, something along those lines. So that's interesting.
Oh, that's the watering can Mesh brought back from the border last night. That's not really how watering cans are meant to be used, but I guess it's fine. I guess even with all their advanced knowledge, dinos don't bother with what they deem unessential. But I can see you're not like the rest of them, Tipo. You're extremely curious, aren't you? You really have the spirit of an adventurer. It means you've never forgotten what it's like to be a kid.
Just type? Yeah, but I mean, it's in the same way as Arc is archetype Earth, right? She's also, it's like the same as type Earth. Yeah.
You think so, Da Vinci? Tipo seems like one of the most mature people I've met, personally.
If you mean that I haven't matured mentally from a certain point in my life, then you may well be right. I've never been good at simply accepting things around me as they are, without first giving them some thought. As I told you before, Mesh, I never quite fit in with Dino Society, which is why I went off to live on my own. It can wait for after story? Okay. Perhaps my thoughts are closer to people from proper human history than they are from my fellow dinos. At any rate, it's almost time for the sun to begin moving again from its altar, so we should begin repairing the border. And just to be sure, may I ask you all what your immediate schedules are like?
Of course, I'm going to go help Shion at the border's computer room. Havachot is currently in her base after recharging her magical energy at the border. I'm going to look around Chichen Itza with you, Tipo. I heard you can get all kinds of rare ore around here.
Okay, what are we doing here?
And I'm going to be Delivermet's escort. Also, Nemo Baker asked me to get some ingredients for rations from the jungle. Dean the guide, the jungle's practically my backyard, so I know it really well.
Wanna come along? Ha! Oh good, I made it. Sorry about the busted wall. Guess it's a little late for that now though, huh? Anyway, I hope you can forgive me after all. I came here on a mission. You all, come with me. There's a place I want to show you. I just know you're gonna love it.
Oh right, you mentioned that yesterday, didn't you? It's something about it being the kind of place only powerful deinos could make. The weak Ocelome could... That weak Ocelome could never could. Alright, let's see this place. It sounds much more interesting than fixing a ship. So, there you have it, Delivermet. I already have plans, too bad.
Okay. You do you, ma'am. You do you.
You're here already, huh? We all just figured out what everyone's gonna work on. For some reason, the deinos are coming up and talking my ear off. Keep coming up. They're all really inquisitive and friendly, so there hasn't been any trouble. I'm just not really sure how to handle them. Tipo, if they're just going to gawk at us, I'd rather you had them keep their distance.
I understand. This is fairly unusual for dinos. It must be because of the King of Dinosaurs decree. Allowing them to talk to us? Yes, I believe they've come to take a look for themselves now that they all have permission to do so. I have an idea. Would you be willing to talk to them once you're done with work for the day? I believe that should satisfy the dinos' curiosity. What do you say, Mash? Deliver, Matt.
Are you sure you want us to be... You want us to be the ones to handle that? I think it would be much more productive coming from you, or Shion, or Da Vinci.
No, I think you two are by far the best choice. Don't you agree, Kugel-Khan?
Yes, I do. These dinos want to hear about proper human history and Lostbelts of people who've actually lived in those worlds, not from academics. Honestly, I already heard stories about them myself, but it was so much fun, I kinda wanna hear them again. Huh? So where are you gonna do this? I don't think this is a good spot. The other staff would be too scared to... I mean, the dinos make a pretty intimidating first impression, right? So, I think the staff's gonna need some time to get used to them. Good point. Why don't we have this get-together at the shrine then? I'll make sure the king agrees to it. And thank you for choosing your words so carefully, Kadok. Really appreciate it. I was just telling the truth, that's all. Thanks for picking a place. Alright, we're off to the jungle to hunt beasts. We should look for animals without any toxins, yes? Yeah, the boulder's food reserves almost ran out while everyone was barricaded inside. Suzuki was so bad that Baker apparently started studying an empty pot just to feel like she was doing something.
All good, Kev. Have a good one. Have a good one.
So yeah, we definitely need to replenish our meat supply. If you can find fruits and spices too, even better. Then we should try area near the Khan ruins. The trees there should have plenty of what you're looking for. Come on, Nita Chris, Delivermet, let's go! Oh, but watch out, Mictlan turkeys aren't to be trifled with. If you aren't careful, they might end up eating you instead.
guess this is a queue. This one was no battle, and then this one is no wheel. I mean, this is definitely better than my need to Chris. Who is a AoE with Ignore Invincible in their kit? You don't have Ignore Invincible, do you? What's up, Harimia?
決めたい。お前は我が城の影に溶けるしかなかろう。
その通りだ。しかり。
Actually, she can one-shot this one. I shouldn't have even... Actually, no, that's fine. Actually, I shouldn't have done that. But she can one-shot here.
我が身はホルスなるしファラオなれば
見えた。
なんだクリスの鏡を見たいのですね。屍の鏡、暗黒の鏡、扉となり恐怖をここに。アンプーネブタジュゼル。
Yo, actually landing the death, huh? Not killing them whatsoever, though.
Shikata 仕方ありませんね。
もろいもろい。
不敬者。
こういうこともできる。
では決
仕方ありませんね。
力を持って山を抜き気迫を持って世を覆う我が不変ここに示さん
Lamar.
出ません。
しゃ勝負
仕方ありませんね。
しゃ
Didn't kill the arts card? It's fine. So cringe. You are...
髪乱れてません。
なんだと
止め T ナイスよそ見厳禁ですこれならどうですそっか
なんだと
T ナイスやったー鋭く冷たくよそ見厳禁ですそっか
なんだと
止めないやったービームですよそ見厳禁です
震え凍てつき砕け散る時まで諦めることは許さんぞ。
That was horrific. What possible reason could there be for those creatures to sound like that? I've never seen anything so awful. Their cries were heavy with regret, remorse, lingering attachment, and unadulterated shame. It felt as though they were fervently blaspheming against every living thing in the world. Whatever happened to Mictlan being a divine world where the dead were only tested to save them? You're thinking of proper human histories, Mictlan, not this one. Still, that was weird. I know sound waves can mess with your inner ear, but I don't know why they seem to be even more effective on you. At any rate, be extra careful in how you prepare that turkey, and make sure you cook it thoroughly too. Otherwise, we might end up taking in its detestable insolence when we eat it.
Phew, I'm exhausted. Running back and forth between Chichen Itza and the forced item really takes it out of you. Why are we doing this again? I know Master Tepos has strengthened our lower bodies, but still. I remember he said it'd be an easy job, and that what we have to do is gather parts to repair the ship. He didn't tell us how far we'd have to run to do it, or that there'd be an Oselme along the way. It's pretty rough. No, don't be like that, brothers. We're doing this to help our new siblings, remember? Plus, they said they can play short on the ship's deck once the repairs are finished. Imagine our beautiful passes going back and forth in the open sky. Pretty sweet, right? That sounds awesome. Guess we'll just have to keep doing our best. But first, we gotta have the Livermet do his part. I call dibs on this seat. Okay. What the fuck is even happening? What the fuck are you talking about? You're gonna tell us about proper human history, right? I thought I was the only brother who was interested in that, but it turns out everyone is.
Oh yes, Debrief told us about this. Alright. Since Nitocris is here too, why don't we tell you about ancient Egypt? Is that okay with you, Pharaoh Nitocris? Of course, my reign didn't last very long, but it doesn't make me any less of a pharaoh. I'll gladly tell you of life in our glorious kingdom, ancient Egypt's 6th dynasty. And with that, my life as a pharaoh came to an end, and I vanished from the earth without ever visiting the Eternal Kingdom.
Okay. Thank God. I thought it was gonna be like half an hour of them going through the entire history. I was worried for a second.
This was all back in the 22nd century BC. Afterward, the ancient Egyptian dynasties would continue to flourish until the 1st century AD. Pharaoh Cleopatra did her best till the very end, but ultimately, the Roman Republic changed the course of Egypt's history forever.
Damn, Queenie. Talk about living the hard life. Those evil priests and advisor guys were like Vukub, right? And you've been surrounded by tons of them since you were born, and they manipulated your brother, the king, right up to the moment they had him assassinated. And so you had to act like they were manipulating you too, while you were secretly looking for an opportunity to strike back at them. And then, after years of gritting your teeth and biding your time, you finally managed to gather all the evil conspirators in one place and wipe them out. Damn, could you do that, brother? It's like if you had to live your life with your entire Shokta team as your enemies. Oh man, no way. That would even last a day. You didn't just survive, you actually won, Lady Nita. You're even more badass than Lady Kukulkan. So this is what gods are capable of. That's way better than our god. Who should us go around taking walks?
Is this your way of telling me that Deinonychus species has outlived its usefulness? Because I can wipe you all out just like that. Thank you, but I'm really nothing special. Any pharaoh could have done the same. Besides, if I was truly as good as you say, then instead of executing those conspirators, I would have managed to save my brothers from the assassins sent after them. Nito Chris. That said, there's no denying that my victory was truly spectacular. I like to think my brothers were watching from the Eternal Kingdom with pride. Anyway, thank you all for listening so attentively. You're a wonderfully well-behaved audience.
That's just because you're such a good talker. I felt like I was there watching it all happen. So stories of your history are all like this. Man, it was so sharp. I felt like it was going to cut my brain. I didn't think any of us would last a day in your world. Losing your whole family because of bad guys, evil plotting, deceiving, hating, and killing members of your own species. We couldn't possibly deal with anything so cruel. But hearing it as a story, we can totally manage. I guess that's the good thing about stories.
You may be right, but does this mean you've never had any kind of war in your own history?
What? Okay, but after all that, there's still one thing I don't get. What was it all that stuff about years and eras? Do you guys just always keep track of time in proper human history? Yeah, it's kind of like our thing. It's a human thing.
Wait, hold on. Are you saying Mictlan doesn't have historical eras? You don't keep track of the passage of time in your culture?
That's right. To be honest, I found it strange ever since I started traveling with you. It seems like humans and dinos perceive time very differently. We don't have any concept of what you've been calling years. What you call the past, we simply refer to broadly as before. For us, 100 years ago is just a little before, 1000 years ago is long before. So our society never gets more complex, like it did in the dynasty Nitocris so kindly told us about. Counting the years, really, recording our history at all is not something dinos have ever done. There's never been a need. Our way of life has been the same, ever since it began, long before. To convert it to your measurements, nothing about us has changed in the last 66 million years. Makes sense. I mean, it's a dinosaur civilization. Let me get some more tea. BRB. Also need the Chinese throat goat. My throat is dying.
Okay, guys, I got a quest for you. In the heat, there's just some plating on the Buddha's bow. A lot of it has come off. So I was hoping you could find some quartz for us. Shion says that if you can bring us about 20 tons of quartz, she can alchemically transmute it into what we need. How many tons? 20 tons, huh? Yeah, no problem. You do know an ordinary human can't carry that much, right? Master is right. You know, to his backup, final battle Mysticode, there's simply no way he can carry 20 tons by himself. Oh, don't be shy. You can just ask me to handle that kind of thing. As long as I can get hold of it, I can carry just about anything. Oh, but I guess just an old ore isn't going to cut it. Any old ore isn't just going to cut it, right? Sorry, I'm more of a broad strokes kind of god. Can I just bring you a whole mountain and call it a day? If you can bring us an entire mountain, do you know of one made up of this substance? It's called Obsidian.
Yeah, they do. There's literal mountains of them.
Oh, right. Back in the second underworld, there was nothing but Obsidian mountains so far as we could see. Wait, that's not far from here at all. Let's go grab one right now.
Cool.
I see. And so you need the mountains worth of obsidian, chirp. These sort mountains are a composite myth that overlays a great king Inva's mindscape onto the Isashiatl, I forgot how we pronounce this. Isashiwat mountain range. Ideally, I'd like to keep them all as my sword, chirp. But if you need them to repair Kaldia's ship, then I suppose I have no choice but to let one go. However,
Yep, let's go.
I may be willing to part with one, but I can't say the same for my tormented demons. They're saying defeat us if you can, and you think you can get the rocks that easily? In retrospect, I may have overindulged them. They're a bit pretentious now. Unfounded confidence only leads you and those around you to harm. The best cure for this is a harsh lesson at the school of hard knocks. Yikes, you're a lot harsher than you look. Anyway, you heard the liver recover this. Is this one of those situations where you need to treat all life as precious or love your enemies or something like that?
No, let's go.
I see. No mercy for those who would stand in your way, huh? Might makes right and all that. Got it. Well then, I'll leave their bodies intact, but I'll smash their pad to bits. You know, I'm not usually much for violence. There's something about hearing KO that gets me all fired up.
No wheel. Being Inma required as a starting member? Fuck off. It's fine. It's fine.
チュキュンキュン下切りスズメのベニエンマ土星の義理を果たし
ご覧
まちゃ
入れよ我が身はさあ
やだな は一杯どうでちか。
I'm gonna do that next time if I don't one-shot them.
各王とも踊れ踊れ狂い果てよ人の
I think the defense up is gonna be too much though. That's why I one-shot.
レベリオンモンダ
Yeah, not even close actually. We're chilling.
お土産はこちらです。もちろん。
I should have. It's fine. I should have gone on the other one instead of this one. I didn't think of the targeting. At least this kills this one. Actually, it's fine because it takes the defense away from this one. Attack my Kalyasha once, please. Unlucky. Nope.
今のうちに準備を。スパッと気は乗らないのでちが、演者鱗飛び。
Didn't crit.
ごめん。石棺の時間でち。スパッと切るでち。
Oh. Come on.
スズメ改め、灯籠流し。命
Oh yeah, she does have a targetable battery. I did forget about that.
その二枚舌は許しません。
I never use Kuku.
つづらの道行き、これにて閉店。演者鱗飛び。眠いな。気は乗らないので止めないでね。演者溝出羽。スリーカウントなしのノックアウト。ちょっと癖になりそうです。
Okay. Let's get this shit prepared so we can move on with the story. Let's get this over with. Did they really just blow themselves up?
No worry, they're just vowing to have a rematch. I could hear the resolve in their voices, Chirp. They said, we're going to bulk up even more by the next time we meet, and well fought. We suppose you can have some training stones. Isn't that great? Now this is how a good fairy tale should go, Chirp. It's true. Even though they were a bunch of stone statues, they had some real backbone to them. Pounding on them was so satisfying, I'm almost sad I defeated them.
Okay.
Anyway, I'll just be taking one of these mountains to go, yes. They should cover 20 tons, right?
No.
I think she meant it literally, but I guess that's for you. Okay, it looks like she would have no problem collecting and transporting the ore by herself. By the way, it's just you here today. I know Mesh is keeping an eye on your ship, but what about the other woman, Chirp?
You mean you?
She was every bit as determined as Mesh to make sure you come to no harm.
Dude, my voice is dead.
So I thought as long as she and Master were by your side, I could let you go off into Mictlan and rest easy, knowing you'd be completely safe, Chirp. Well, I still doubt you'll be in any danger with that jade-head behemoth following you around. Did you and your Olga-Marie have a fight or something?
We just sort of keep missing each other. Yeah. Yeah. She's doing her own thing. And I'm chilling.
I see. Well, I'm glad to hear you two are so good friends, sir. That said, the heart can be fickle. And the smallest thing can grow into an impassable rift. So if you need to ask something, then ask it. If you need to apologize, then do it. Once you've grown distant, nothing you say will ever bridge that gap. Every encounter in this life is precious. When you get an opportunity to talk, you can't be afraid to take it. Sure.
I mean, she's mulling over everything, all the memories that came flowing back.
Oh, I see things are going quite well here too. The deinos just don't have any notion of resentment or preconceptions about foreign cultures. We had so many volunteers lining up to help repair the border, we didn't even need to ask anybody. If only humans could take a patch on their No wait, a second thought. That might be a bit hasty. If everyone only ever looked for the benefit of those around them, I'd be out of business. Maybe it's possible to be too understanding. They're smart enough to know when something's sad, but they don't see the tragedies as tragic. They have the empathy to understand when someone's frustrated, but they don't recognize injustice as unjust. Well, that may work just fine for them. It would drive any neighbor crazy. Shh. There's even more here today than yesterday. I know I said I permit discussions of proper human history, but I didn't think it was going to get this big.
Yo, Your Majesty, are you here to check up on us?
Hell no. I just want to kick a soccer ball around, but you people are taking up the whole grounds. This is the only thing I get to do for fun, and now it's ruined. Hey, Chaka, move aside. I'm going to sit in the back. You want to hear what they have to say, right? Then sit up front. No point holding back. Oh my, how nice of you to help that giant deinos. You may be foul-mouthed, but you're considered king just the same. May I introduce myself? Don't bother. You're the one who taught Black Tezcatlipoca all those things he didn't need to know, right? If you want to hawk your wares in Chichen Itza, go right ahead. I don't think you'll find many deinos looking to buy them though. Ouch. True, but ouch. I haven't sold a single item so far. Yes, but that's fine. You can build a successful business in a day. I'm happy to put in the work. I'm not just here to make money, you know? I've got my eye on much bigger things. Oh, so that's what you're really after, huh? I can tell that's going to go up in flames. Anyway, what are you still standing around for? Can't you see all these deinos waiting for you? Make with the stories already. Tell them about the different worlds you've seen. The kind of what-if styles that never came about in Mictlan.
Well, first off,
Yes, good evening. Yes, good evening. I need last Kotomine. I can show you around if you like.
No, that's alright. I was just about to take a break. I've been patrolling the border to make sure no Osalome sneak aboard, you see.
Oh, thanks. It's hard for our sensors to detect the Osalome, since they barely have any magical energy. Since Captain isn't back in full form yet, that would be a big help.
Oh, I was under the impression that Captain Nemo was fully back in action.
No, Dad. He's just pretending he's fine, like always. She pretends not to notice anything's wrong.
I see. I'll bear that in mind. By the way, is a stone boulder's power generated solely by internal combustion engines?
Huh? What do you mean?
Oh, I was just wondering what we should do about powering the ship if the engines were to stop. I heard you had to barricade yourselves within, in the dark without any electricity when you crashed. That must have been terrible. So I thought if the ship had some means of drawing power from the outside, you'd be able to restore it that much quicker.
I see. Everything as usual, Father. But don't worry, we already have a means in place for collecting energy from external sources. If we had some way to summon 100 servants with the ability to provide power, we could run the ship without the engines at all. Of course, now the wandering sea base is gone. I doubt we'll ever use it again. Oh. I hadn't considered that. Thanks for the inspiration.
So you do have a way to power the ship even if all these engines were to be destroyed. I'm glad to hear it.
Yep. That would also blow my eyes out if that ever happened. Wait a sec. You've been spending a lot of time around the border for the last couple of days. Shouldn't you be with a foreign god?
You may wish to choose your words more carefully, Haddock. Throwing the word God around too casually could make the miraculous balancing act come crashing down. Ah, my apologies. Miraculous doesn't do this justice. The present situation is all thanks to the Livermet and Mesh's hard work and healthy, accepting mindset. You, on the other hand, don't seem to be nearly as open-minded as them. Once you form an opinion of someone, you don't easily change it.
Yeah, that's right. Unlike them, I'm a mage. I can't change my principles on a dime. I'm just old-fashioned like that. I don't see it as a bad thing just now, though. Cause see, Caldia needs someone around who isn't just gonna go all in on trusting you to, however much you help.
As well, you shouldn't. We're aiding the Livermet, not Caldia, and temporarily at that. Once the young miss accepts her true position, we'll take her leave right away.
So it's all up to you, Olga Marie, huh? You're not planning to put a thumb on the scale.
Of course not. I have no desire to fight. I only wish to witness the birth of the one yet to arrive. That said, Rasputin's influence has left me with at least some of the emotions any human being ought to have. If I see a poor soul doomed to a life of unhappiness unless something is done, I'm compelled to reach out and help. I'm concerned about the young miss as well, though for a very different reason. This is not a good situation for her. She'll have to make a decision herself, or she'll only continue to suffer more. And since you agree that would be for the best, I expect I can trust you not to interfere.
No, I won't. Even if Mesh, Livermet, and you Olga Marie hate me for it. It's better they part ways before they truly understand each other.
Huh?
Whoa.
Yeah, I can't take it anymore. The engine's gonna fall apart unless we shut them down and turn them up. So that's just what I'm gonna do. Marine, tell Captain Jackass I'm gonna be shutting down all the Triton engines in an hour, and that it's going to take at least 120 hours to completely overhaul them. What about power for the other facilities? Who cares how the rest of the body's doing if the heart gives out? I don't know about you guys, but I ain't planning on killing myself anytime soon. If the captain wants to overrule me, then today's the day I can finally challenge him to a duel and become the main Nemo myself. Surprise. Easy there, engineer. Let's just take a breath, okay? Here, try some of Baker's new rock salt ice cream. Nice and cold. I like it. You don't need a challenge to challenge anyone to a duel. I'm completely on board with your plan. I have an idea that will help us supply power for that period of time. We can shut the engines down once I'm set. And as luck would have it, I happened to do a maintenance check on the external power relays just last night. Talk about timely. Anyway, I filled Da Vinci in on the plan. Oh, and I'm gonna need to borrow about 6 or so marines. I can't help but over here. Sounds like we're going to need a whole bunch of boxed lunches then. We've got plenty of yummy chicken, so I'll make chicken sandwiches for everyone. And that's why we're putting together a hydroelectric generator next. I'll be coming along too this time. A hydroelectric generator? But there aren't any large rivers around here.
The waterfalls.
Oh, you're right, Senpai. We did pass massive waterfalls, and they were every bit as big as Niagara Falls. Yep, Professor got the idea after reading your report. Everything we need is packed into these shipping containers. Normally, just getting everything there would take the better part of 2 days, but...
Yep.
These chicken sandwich things are tasty, but how come I have more than anyone else? As you can see, we already have a porter who'll cut that time down considerably. I'm counting on you to convince her to help us.
Sure. Have you seen Olga Marie anywhere?
I'm pretty sure she just stayed in her room all day yesterday.
She sat out before the sun even arrived today. I expect she'll be back by evening.
How did she seem? She's been down in the dumps ever since we came back to Chichen Itza, so...
She seemed to be in extraordinarily good spirits.
Rejoice, humanity. My body is fully recovered. So I'm off to destroy Mexico City right now. They should have known I'd never forget an injustice.
Hold on, please, Madam President. Don't you think it's a little too soon to be exercising military force? Yes, the Ostermen have been hunting dinos, but only in the jungle. Competition for survival in the jungle is natural for all living creatures. It doesn't merit military intervention.
Even though they're sacrificing dinos on their altars?
Yes, even then. We were not invaders. We may defend ourselves, but we never launched an attack. And yet, the last time we went to Mexico City, we snuck in and disrupted one of their important religious ceremonies. To attack now would be pure aggression. There's no honor in that. Destroying their entire city simply because you are annoyed at them would be a black mark on your presidential record. Or are you thinking of destroying Mexico City not as the ruler of this planet, but for the very personal reason of wanting to improve the opinion certain people have of you?
Of course I'm thinking about this as a sovereign of Earth. I always treat all of humankind equally, no matter the reason. Still, you're right, Tepel. I'm going to go and give myself some time to cool down.
Did something happen? She said she was going to go cool down. I don't blame her. Mictlan is very hot right now. But I could tell she was very worried about you two as well. For, well, many reasons.
You see, we've been so busy, we haven't had time to talk to her. And since she hasn't been at the border lately, it hasn't been any easier. But I'm glad it sounds like we'll have a chance to see her this evening.
Yeah.
Oh, come to think of it, where'd Vakshang run off to? He was still with you, Olga Maria, as of a couple of days ago.
Couple of days? How long has it been? Do we have like what, 5 days until Earth attacks? Oh, Wakchan? I saw him out on Main Street last night. His eyes were totally lifeless, like a dead fish. I asked him what was wrong, and he just kept muttering to himself. He said, "Now I've done it. I've really done it this time, and I'm an embarrassment to dinos everywhere. So I decided to leave him alone. I'm sure he'll come back sooner or later, though.
Ouch. Sounds like you got dumped pretty hard. Where in the world did they take her, Wakchan? Did you take her, Wakchan?
Wakchan is a warrior, born and bred. The only special talents he has are face punching and body slamming. Nice. At worst, he may have decided to subject her to his warrior dance for the entire night.
I see. That sounds like a very informative and productive use of time. I wish I could have been there for such a valuable experience. You know, this isn't anything new at this point, but Mesh's shoulder spirit is seriously off the charts.
Mesh's shoulder spirit, huh? Ah, that's the alter ego.
Forget it. No way. No way am I letting you build a generator here. You do understand that this is my home for the time being, right? I've been bored out of my skull all this time, so you'd better believe I'm going to at least make sure my life here is comfortable. Did you even bother to think what it'd be like for me to live with a generator here? Did it even cross your mind? Will you take responsibility if it short circuits and electrocutes me? Of course not. Not at your pitiful size.
You're an alter now?
Surprised, scared, want to flee in terror. I love the terror. I love seeing the terror in your eyes. I'm guessing you expect the meek, obedient Protea to be here waiting for you. Well, the truth is that here in Mictlan, I am the normal Protea. Last time you were here, I just disabled my authorizations to thank you for freeing me from the mask. But I'm done playing at being cute for you. I'm a giant. I don't have to take orders from a little human. Major Master makes no difference to me. As far as I'm concerned, only tiny little humans are my slaves. If you don't like that, you can always run away. And just don't be surprised when I smoosh you with one slap of my hand. She's not being cooperative at all. What happened to her? Mesh reports that she was totally on our side.
Yeah, we kinda thought this might happen.
You're pretty upset about something, huh, Protea? What is it? Richard, we can take a look if you like. We're used to caring for whales, so it's no trouble.
Oh, nice subtlety.
That's a lot of Marines. What happened to the one who was here before? I might be willing to listen to him.
We can send you to meet him if you want.
That Marine isn't here today, but don't worry.
All our feelings are synced up, so we like you just as much as he did. Look, I'm not being overly cautious or being anxious or anything like that, okay? I'm just standing up to my rights. For my rights. I mean, how would you like it? How would you like it if someone built a generator as big as your bed in your room?
Yeah, we definitely hate that. Well, engineer would probably love it.
Can't argue there, wouldn't love it either.
And there, you see? Now go on and get out of here before... No, wait. I just got an amazing idea. If you can meet my one condition, I'll be willing to let you build a generator. Whoa, really? That'll be awesome. With you around, you wouldn't even need any heavy machinery. So you would have only one condition. What is it? I want you to fight me again. The idea of letting my loss against a human stand makes me sick to my stomach.
Yep.
Right. Of course you don't want to fight me. You know, a fluke like that couldn't possibly happen twice. Ah, you're so small. Not just in body, but in mind too. Living must be so hard when you're that small. In every possible sense. Want to try living in my mask instead. So what do you say, Delivermat? If you win, I'll help you build a generator and even keep an eye on it as long as you need. But if I win... Well... I can't even bring myself to say what's in store for you, but trust me, it'll be good. Looks like it's an altar. She's as competitive as she normally is shy. What are you gonna do, Delivermat? Take her up on it? I don't really see that improving her mood, but...
Yeah, we have no idea who we got... Wait, what? We got on our side now, yeah.
But how about an apology? between an eternally binding contract. You could keep me around as your only Sakura 5 servant and get rid of all of your other high servants too while you're at it.
I can get rid of all Sakura 5 servants actually.
If you're willing to do that, I might be willing to consider. I put the containers down where you asked. What would you like me to do next? Fight! Oh man, Kukulkan vs King Protea. This is gonna be the biggest underworld battle ever. A fight, huh? Okay, you got this. This is really exciting, yes. Let's you and I have a good match, young lady. Was I seeing things? Or did that lady just carry an actual mountain of containers here on her own? I must have been seeing things, right?
I think it's this. Was it this one or was it this one? Oh, no wheel. Okay. What even? Oh, you're. Oh, that's not good. You think someone has Hephaestion? Surely. I see Hephaestion so much. Yeah, about as I expected. Yeah. I'm not gonna find a Hephaestion. What do we take? Castoria Bacastoria. Nice and effective damage. That's the only thing that I have. Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, that's fine. Actually, let me do this. Nope, not this. This. Oh. I see. I see, it's an endurance battle.
私はより大きくいい的です。クイーンストレート。世界はより小さく賠償に。春の鼓動はこのように。魔術師ども糖分を取らなくっちゃ。罪あるもんそうだと思った。対厄災大儀式開門。ロンゴミニアドからエクスカリバーに変装。聖剣抜刀。最新よ、我らが罪を許したまえ。そして不愉快です。波乗りいくらハーモニー。オラトリオハレーション。私はより大きくクイーンストレート。核できて世界はより小さく賠償。
I feel like it's not gonna be a big enough battery. I don't know how much her battery is, but
準備いいですか。
fuck no.
あなたに
Oh, it is enough.
いい気持ち。ファイナルだと思った。見たいのかい。
Is it the 50?
物語を語りましょう。旅立ちの誓い、グゼの童話。幾度羽は汚れても
It has to
冬
be
の谷
50.
は雨を越えて、その希望は消えはしない。目覚めフィルキャメラ。そして不愉快です。そう、君たちはあらゆる困難を乗り越える。目覚めその勝負を今示そう。ビューティフルジャーニー。さあ、行けるとこまで行ってみよう。そこだ、クラッシュ。逃げない。いい的です。クイーンストレート。私はより大きく強大に。冬の玉座だと思った。物語を語りましょう。旅立ちの誓い、グゼの童話。幾度羽は汚れても冬の鳥は雨を越えて、そ
Wrap
の
it up.
希望は
Wrap it
消
up.
えはしない。目覚めフィルキャメラ。そして不愉快です。シャークセイバー。ハーモ
Do
ニー。
what you must. Wrap it up.
オラトリオハレーション。
理解できる。これが質量核レソック。いい的です。
開いた。
世界はより小さく
You
賠
done?
償。
No?
おしとやかに。このアングルバッチリ。ふむふむ。やったー。芸術とは輝くものさ。よそ見厳禁です。まだまだここから。
Oh, wait.
私はより大きく核できていい的です。
I see.
あちらね。いい、ナイス。波乗り行くよ。痛いの行きます。はっはっ、そりゃ
いい的です。
ー。開いた。ごめん限界。
いい的です。核できそっか。
ああ、とても楽しかったとも。
One turn. Oh, no thingy here.
ないぞー。任せて。もちろん。せーの。ここでまっすぐ
当てます。そっか。いい的です。そっか。
クイーンストレート。
世界はより小さく賠償に。
キラキラしてる。
Ideally, I would go for a full cuckoo chain, but I'm pretty sure I die if I go for a full cuckoo chain here. So that's an unfortunate hand to be around at this moment, but it is what it is. I think I need to go this.
止めないでね。駆け抜けるは前人未到。未完の馬よ、輝ける轍を残せ。ああ、人生はとても楽しいビューティフルジャーニー。それはいつか来る兆しの星。誰に呼ばれるまでもなく、あなたは星をかざすでしょう。アラウンドカリバーン。よそ見の献身です。怖いでしょ。それが正常。いい的ですね。いい的ですね。いい気持ちいい。
I mean, this fight is winnable if you don't know that you need Cuckoo for it, right? That she's required for it.
せっかくの接触。クイーンストレート。逃げない。
Okay. Let me just put it in. Put her in. Love gimmicks. Love them. Love them, love them. Never get tired of them. Never get tired of them. Love him, love him. Take what you want. I can't do that, of course. You do. Mictlan? Nah, I'm fine. Give me a good hand here. Triple hand. Fuck it. Give me a triple hand off the get-go. Thank you. This is only for herself, right? Both of these ones are purely her own, right? Yeah. I think it's still worth to expand. I think it's still worth to expand. Should have been BQB. My bad.
よそ見は厳禁です。翡翠叩けばこれならどうです？残念だけどここまでです。小さこれが3カウントなしのノックアウト。ちょっと癖になりそうね。
Okay. Very interactive.
What the hell kind of setup was that? Hiding a divine spirit up your sleeve is no fair, you coward. Huh? She's not a servant. She's Kukulkan, the god of Mictlan. So she's the king of this entire Lostbelt. How is that fair? How did you even get someone like that on your side?
Yeah, don't worry about it.
It's not mysterious at all. I know everything there is to know about your situation, yes. I've been watching you since you came here, Debrief. Anyway, that was a wonderful fight, King Protea. I'm sure Shitanal would be glad to lend you his strength. Would it be okay if I shook your hand? It's a great honor to meet a heroic spirit from proper human history. Lostbelt or not, I guess the fact that your name is Kukulkan means you really are a god. I never want to fight you again if I can help it, but here, happy? Alright, so just need to open these containers and line up their contents, right? This is so humiliating, but a promise is a promise. Now, what exactly do I do with all this stuff? Thanks, Protea. This really is a huge help. Okay, I'd like to start by securing a flat patch of rock. Could also ask you to help with making the scaffolding. Oh jeez, what a pain. There's so many different kinds of container here. This is gonna be really complicated, isn't it? Maybe I'll disable my authorization and force all this work on the other Protea. Oh no, I can't do that. She just end up wrecking everything.
Hmm?
Well, there's some deinos here just now. Oh yeah, they followed the marines here. Said they'd help us help out too because it looked like fun. So I asked the strong deinos to handle the installations and the fast deinos to run the cables. Man, these deinos are also smart, Kukulkan. They understood the concept of electricity in no time. It also didn't take them long at all to figure out that we're converting the water's potential energy into kinetic energy. Right? They may be different from the people of proper human history, but they're just as wonderful in their own way. I'm exhausted. I still have plenty of energy, but all this intricate assembly work is running my mind ragged.
Thanks, Protea. Thanks, Protea.
I'd ask you to pay me back with the command spell, but I see you still don't have all of them back. If you've already cleared the second underworld, I guess you have to handle the third next. I'm sure you'll need to go on the lower levels eventually, even if it's just to restore your last command spell. Then again, you could always just track down the bad jerk and take them back more directly. I think I'd like that way better. If he ever shows his ugly face here again, I'm gonna grab him, rip out his spine, and grind him into a bad jelly.
Is Camazot strong?
I don't know, but my inner Socializing is telling me things like, don't fight the bad god, and Camazot is more terrifying than any god on earth. But who knows? He didn't look like much to me. By the way, there's one more thing I wanted to ask you. Where's that loud, needy-looking, super annoying woman? You know, Olga Marie?
Damn, everyone's asking about her, huh? She's all doing her own thing, yeah.
I see, so she's not here. I like how she so obviously looks down on all humans. But it was also obvious she wasn't from this planet. This may be weird coming from me, but she's Caldia's enemy, right? You were smart to cut ties with her. But if she still insists on tagging along, why not bring her here? I'd be willing to talk to her for you.
You sure you wouldn't be doing it for her? Either way, You really are so pretty, aren't you?
Cheeky little bastard. It really pisses me off when people act like they have everything figured out. I'm gonna tell you this one more time so you don't get the wrong idea. I'm not kidding when I say I don't care at all about holding back against humans or preserving life. The moment an insect that doesn't know his place talks back to me, I'll squish them on the spot. So please don't talk to me like you would the other Protea. I don't want to have to wash my hands every time we talk. Good. You're finally scared. That's what I wanted to see. Alright, see you later, itty bitty. Command spells master. Make sure you can actually hold your own by the time I next see you.
Okay. Was this one? Yeah, this was arrows. We just did arrow 5, this is arrow 6, no wheel. I'm worried that it's not gonna be. Yeah, Kaisa has 10-10-6 Custodian. What? What? What?
熱を帯びなさい。運命をかけた戦いである。早炊きですよ。カルウェル。今のうちに準備を。
Lawful? Lawful. Whiplash it is. $50? Nice. I prepared for this. Jason's what the fuck is happening? Thanks, Jason. You little bat.
眠いな。戦線を離脱。進捗いかがでしょう。
I don't think I die.
そういう展開。
踊れ踊れ狂い果てよ人のあけぼのこそ狂気の園よレベリオンモンド
ボツです。
燃えろ おうともどうぞ
次の企画思いついちゃった。
I think it's... Is it 10 per stack?
できてない？ 1ページも
I mean, I'm going all in on Kalyasha because he does lawful damage.
御意にて
Who cares about therapies?
こちらいかがですなかなか
Like, what the fuck is happening here?
殺しますね。天使さんお願いします。
Crit.
頑張りましょう。はいはい
御意にて
と
お覚悟
That's unfortunate, it's one turn off.
よろおうとも
I can kill him next turn, but only if he doesn't target my Kalyasha a single time, which there's no way it's going to happen.
尻と化すがいい
Wait, maybe? 1, 2, 3. Nice.
ここが私の
ご覧に入れよう革命
オチは
御意に
Surely it kills.
踊れ踊れ狂い果てよ人のあけぼのこそ狂気の園レベリオンモンド
I think it kills, right?
ダメね。
Yeah.
こちら勝利ですご満足いただけましたか
What the fuck was this?
Oh, I see. It's a retelling of the story. Yeah, and that's the insane fight of Atlantis. Amazing. A world almost entirely covered by water. And so deep too. How permeable was that water? How far could the sunlight travel through it? There is people have different ways for surviving in each layer, unlike us. If you measure using proper human history's units, I'm told the average depth is about 3,700 meters. This isn't boss fight? Yeah. Yes, thank God. The deepest trend supposedly extends downward by over 10,000 meters. I can only imagine the intensity of the pressure and the cold. Would aquatic dinos would aquatic dinos be able to survive these? Oh wait, that's probably too deep for them to get any sunlight. And suppose no dinos could get by in a world without the sun's blessings.
I see. So Artemis was shot down. I was really hoping for an epic land battle. Still, this Orion...
You know, I realized it's pronounced Orion. I've been pronouncing it the way that they pronounce it in anime, which is Orion in Japanese, but it's Orion.
Still, this Orion guy sounds amazing. Satellite or not, I still can't believe he shot down a celestial body. I bet he's a gallant, stoic archer with shiny eyes and a fully mechanical body that looks perfect in the moonlight.
Hey! Why does Poseidon guy keep calling for someone who wasn't even there? The immediate danger at the time had to be you, right, big bro delivery mat? And so why didn't he shout out your name instead? Like when you're passing or shooting a shota ball. You're such a child, bro. Can't you tell? It's all about love. Anyway, I want to talk about Hephaestus. Imagine a machine that builds other machines. Oh, and the machine was even bald. And since Hephaestus isn't here to defend himself, I feel I should tell you that machines probably don't go bald. Something about the Timmy guy bothers me, though I can't really tell why. Do you know why, bro? Probably because he was a child, just like you. There were things that mattered to him. It just took him too long to realize how important they really were.
I'm glad to see the dinos are enjoying our stories of Atlantis too. At first, I thought telling them about the other Lostbelts was a bad idea, but...
It's alright, Mash. This was the king of dinosaurs, and above all, we ourselves wanted. As for you, Delivery Mat, I must thank you for your judicious and objective account of these events.
Hey, if anything, we should be thanking you. Really grateful for all you've done. All of you dinos who have showed up to help with repairing the boulder have been a huge help. And above all, you guys have welcomed us with open arms, even knowing the relationship between proper human history and Lostbelts.
Hmm? Why is that something to be grateful for? We didn't know that everyone else would be as understanding as you, so... Ah, now I see. It's because you come from the correct history, and we come from one that was meant to be pruned away. Then please rest assured, we dinos have never been much for comparing ourselves to others. That guy's more talented than me. That guy's luckier than I am. So I'm going to take what I'm missing and knock him down a peg to even things out. We don't get those kinds of feelings. We just never compare ourselves to others.
You never compare yourself to others.
That's right. So we also have very little interest in how things could have been different for either of us. We'd much rather hear stories of other possibilities. Quite simply, the dinos are enthralled by the pictures your stories paint. Difficult journeys, enjoyable ones, those you wish to overcome, and those you wish you didn't have to leave behind. You must have experienced so many different kinds. As a result, your very words sparkle with a life of their own. The passion you so clearly feel brings these perished worlds to life for us in the form of your stories.
So you deinos are enjoying these stories of Lostbelt as if you'd been there yourself. I didn't think even one of you had a curious bone in your body. Any consequence, I'm left entirely unprotected. What happened to my security detail? Well, idiot, I only agreed to become the deinos king because you said they'd do whatever I told them.
Let me see. Give me a sec. I don't think he's banned. I don't think he's banned. Maybe he's hidden? No, because I can still click hide user on the channel. I don't think he's hidden. Maybe you just need some time to update.
You say that, but weren't you enjoying yourself too, King? Especially the parts with Odysseus. I remember you shouting, "Hell yeah, serves you right," and way to go, you even looked pretty excited. Idiot, it's not the Lostbelt talk I was enjoying. Anyway, it's time for the sun to rest. Forget other worlds for now and tend to your own lives. Alright, deinos, go on. Get out of here. I want you all back in your own quarters once I light the bonfire. If you still want to talk about these stories, go back home and do it with your families. Time's precious, don't waste it. I'm returning to the throne. You come too, idiot. Huh? Why? I don't have any business with you right now. You haven't touched a solo soldier once since you started hanging around Chaldea, right? Don't you need to hear the whole bunch's opinion to know what's what? There's no skin off my nose if you bite the dust as a result. Oh, right. I forgot about that. Okay, everyone, I'm going to spend the night at the altar. See you all tomorrow.
Okay.
It looks like it's just us here now. Alright, I got some good news for you too. Both the Stoneboater's command room and Kadok's room have been all fixed up. So if you want, you can spend your nights in the border from now on. What do you want to do? I think I'd like to keep staying at Dippa's house while we're in the city, if that's okay.
Sure.
Yes, and we can have dinner with Olga Marie. There's a new corn recipe I've been wanting to try.
What's up?
Yeah, the Chaldea staff came to a consensus about her. Even without her memories, Olga Marie is dangerous. Above all, she's the enemy waiting for us at the end of all this. But she's also been helpful during our time here. And so, with all that in mind, none of the staff voted to turn her help away.
Okay.
Having said that, wouldn't have her against her coming aboard the Stoneboater, myself included.
Sure. That's fair.
If you could negotiate peace with the foreign god, that would be the best possible solution. And yes, as she's now, this is a very real possibility, though admittedly a slim one. You see, once she regains her memories, it's all over. Just because the second says that her memory loss is a temporary condition brought on by physical dysfunction. Once she makes a full physical recovery, her memories will return, meaning she once more be an enemy of humanity. When that happens, you won't be able to avoid a fight.
I know.
As you know, we've no chance against the foreign god, even weakened as she is. For the moment, all we want is to finish repairing the ship, before she regains her memories and power and make sure we have all our ducks in a row. After that, we have to make a choice. Do we trust her or not? Do we take the initiative or not?
If we should attack her before she attacks us.
Even were the Stormbolt completely repaired, we still wouldn't stand a chance against a fully powered foreign god. That was made pretty clear when we challenged her and lost. So if we're going to attack Yolgamar, the foreign god, it has to be now, before she regains her memories. I understand the thinking, but actually doing that would be terrible. Attacking an enemy is one thing, but if we attack an ally who trusts us... So you're against it. Got it.
What about you? I mean, yeah, logically speaking, I agree with Mesh. Like, it's just not the right thing to do.
What about you, Delivermet? Are you in favor of attacking the foreign god while we have the chance? That's a relief to hear. Now I'm sure things will work out.
Yeah, I mean, it's just weird.
Even once you two learn we might be able to win if we launch a preemptive attack, we still refused. It's just emotion over cold logic, and that makes all the difference. For better or worse, humans are reciprocal creatures. If we're treated in a cold and calculated manner, we respond in turn. The same is true of kindness and trust. That means there's an excellent chance your feelings here will lead us to the results we want. Namely, a chance that she'll be our friend when she regains her memories.
Yeah, exactly. Like, she also has emotions, so...
A chance she'll remain who she is now. That she'll want to remain who she is now, even when she returns to who she was. I think that would be the best possible outcome too. I mean, she looks like she's really enjoying herself now. Even Kadok said so. As much as Mesh's changes shocked me, the changes in her have been an even bigger surprise. I don't know what kind of connection she had to the original Olga Marie, but I guess she's a lot more playful at heart than I realized. She's my guess the second, may be great at predicting the results, but has no understanding of nuanced feelings like these. So even Kadok agrees. Yep, so with all of this in mind, I'd like you to keep the relationship we have with Olga Marie going. I'd say rather she not come aboard the ship, but if you insist, I'm willing to reconsider.
No, that's fair. When it comes to, like, immediate safety of the crew, that's fair.
The other staff had some pretty legitimate concerns too, but if push comes to shove, I think we can manage a compromise. Anyway, we can't go too far from the border, but I'd like you to continue staying here in Chichen Itza. Just make sure you're on time for the morning briefing tomorrow. We've been putting it off for a while now. Starting tomorrow, we're resuming our original mission plan, conquering this Lostbelt and finding Ord.
Finally! Yes!
So keep your wits about you.
Now suddenly Zeus. Yeah.
We're back, Tipo. Where's Olga Marie? Is she back yet?
Olga Marie. No, I don't think she is. That's a huge ass corn. I did just see her on the main street though. It looked like she was headed towards the altar.
You must have just missed her. I'll go look for her.
Nah, that's fine. I'll go.
Are you sure? Okay, if you insist.
What's up, yo? What? I, wasn't hiding to avoid an awkward situation or anything. I just felt like a little detour. You know how it is. Sometimes you take a few odd turns when you're flying around. What?
Oh no, I can't fly. Huh. Right. You can't, can you? I guess humans and dinos have that in common. So, what is it already? You stopped me for a reason, right? We haven't had a chance to talk lately. Well, yeah, because I've been avoiding you. I see. So you're here in your capacity as my secretary. Admirable work ethic. Then I suppose I can head back. I already have a perfect understanding of Chichen Itza's layout anyway. At this point, I can handle an Ocelot invasion no matter what checks they might pull. Won't even be hard, not that I have any reason to defend this city. It's a 180, I see. Isn't protecting humankind central to your presidential platform? So how are things with you? Are the Stormborder repairs going well? I've noticed a lot of dinos coming and going. Looks like they're enjoying learning about technology from proper human history. You guys are good at making friends, aren't you? You did the same thing with me. We actually have to meet at the command room first thing tomorrow. Oh, you mean the bridge of your ship I visited before? So you managed to restore power? I did not see that Godov guy's face again, but I'd love to see the place up and running. You said tomorrow morning, right? What kind of mission are you guys gonna be resuming? Having said that, what the heck can start coming upon the store border, myself included. Delivery mat? Okay, I have to ask. Is it okay if I come along too? You can fly. Right, of course. I figured as much. You can fly next to us. Forget it. I changed my mind. I don't care about your ship anyway. Let's talk about it, Yuo. Let's talk about it. Besides, unlike you, I don't need a vehicle to fly. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. And I only promise to accompany you until you rendezvous with Caldia anyway. Go back without me. I still want to spend some more time looking around the city. But save me some cornbread. I really like it. Is this how we want to live this off? Fujimaru? I don't know what it is you're apologizing for. But if there's something weighing on your mind, maybe asking about it will help. Exactly. So, is there anything you want to ask me? No, nothing at all. I see. Good. Honestly, I don't think I could have answered you. Oh, and if you see Wak-chan, never mind. Just forget it. Anyway, you have an early morning tomorrow, right? Go on then. Shut down for the day. Enjoy these dream things or whatever. So, good night. Sure. I'm guessing it's going to be you, Olga Marie, the time that what she's been doing all this time, probably. Oh, maybe not. Oh, yeah, I think so. Long time no see, President Go. Here we come for revenge. I gotta say, I'm amazed you survived that. Guess you're right to call yourself a god. So all three of you are still alive. What an odd quirk of fate. Sorry, what an odd quirk of fate. That we're all here together at the moment of the world ends, even if it's more of a preview. Is this really what you want, David? Kishari rebelled against the foreign gods' machinations. He tried to use his tree of emptiness to evolve all of humankind. But you're trying to eradicate us completely. That's...
That's not different from the foreign gods' efforts to erase human history. I don't know who I am. Because after that servant killed me, I temporarily reset myself to reduce the strain that comes with the reboot. When I woke up in that cave, all I could remember was my name, my purpose, and information I probably acquired from video records on an external storage unit. I'm an alien named Olga Marie. My purpose is to take charge of foolish humankind and save this planet. Those are things that all I remember. I have to say, even dead, I did a stellar job. There was no way anyone could misinterpret something so simple. But maybe this was due to my reset, when I lost the ornaments that made me who I am. It exposed some parts of me which had, until then, been hidden. I began to feel my feelings much more freely. Put differently, my judgment was impaired. I began ignoring my assigned order, and instead prioritized my own decisions. And so I chose certain courses of action simply because I thought they were good. I like doing that. I don't understand why, but when I was traveling with the delivery man and Mash to Chichen Itza, the best word to describe how I felt is fulfilled. I was also interested in the organization they said they belonged to. When I told them I'd help them, my brain was absolutely flooded with dopamine. And so I just chose to ignore the differences between the Earthlings and myself. I had the sense that everything would kind of work out somehow. Even though I have no idea who I really am.
I'm here! I'm finally here! I'm seeing the best scenery in all of Chichen Itza with the most beautiful woman I've ever laid eyes on.
I was completely at a loss for words. After I'd spent the whole day with Wakchan, the warrior, as he showed me around the city. The last place we visited was neither a glamorous meeting hall nor a noisy stadium. It was a tranquil but unremarkable landscape, offering nothing more than a peaceful view of the whole city.
It's pretty, right? The sunlight's great for sure, but I also really like those nighttime lights. They say the bonfires are just to keep darkness away, but... And that sunless nights are supposed to be for resting. But I like seeing the dino shadow cast by the flames. I like the pictures they paint on the walls. I guess it feels like really living somehow, not just surviving like in the jungle. It's almost like we're living behind proof that we exist in places where there usually wouldn't be any. I know they're just shadows, but whenever I see one that looks like my old man, it always reminds me of him.
I didn't say anything in response. I couldn't. Because that's when it really hit me. It's a truly tranquil world. Dino society is downright utopian compared to human society. There's no comparison whatsoever. The fact that their strongest warrior's favorite place was an arena for him to demonstrate his combat prowess. But a quiet place overlooking the entire city was undeniable proof.
Oh, Olga, what's wrong? Are you hurt? Did you bang yourself on something? But I don't see any wound.
This is exactly the kind of world I wanted to create before I wound up like this. Even so, I can feel myself rejecting it. It's such a wonderful world, but I know I have no place in it. I'm the sort of being who burns places like this to the ground. This is wrong. Too different.
What's different? The way you look. The way you're shaped. I mean, yeah, you're obviously different from us and from the Livermans group. But it doesn't bother me. All that matters is what's on the inside, your heart. And your heart's beautiful. Your heart's exactly the color of the stars I saw at the observatory when I was a kid. It's spiky and cool, and it's got all 7 colors of the rainbow. It's not shaped like anyone else's.
It's an SQ. My judgment was impaired. I was prioritizing my emotions. That's why
I've had it. Go away. Get out of my sight.
Oh, Olga. What is it? Why are you so mad?
I've always hated lizards. From the moment I first saw you, I've been sick to my stomach. And you have the gall to put yourself on the same level as humanity. A species as ugly and stupid as yours could never be anything like humanity. I was so harsh with him. And so, the deinos, who once seemed so free-spirited, so innocent, so larger than life, slunk away, forlorn, seeming like he shrunk to half his size. I feel a wave of self-loathing so intense it makes me dizzy. My body's functions begin to fluctuate because of how sorry I feel for what I just did to Wak-chan. I was lashing out, plain and simple. I must be more aggressive, short-tempered, and cowardly than I realized. I didn't have the courage to stop Wak-chan from leaving, or to apologize. Not then. Even now, I don't have the courage to join everyone else, so I'm spending another night wandering aimlessly, alone. Still, I have no idea what to do. My memory reset was only temporary. I can still remember what I forgot if I see it again. Which is why Tezcatlipoca, seeing him made me remember something. I remember him killing me once, and I remember that when he did, he called me the foreign god. The foreign god? Chaldea's son enemy. I may be proud of being an enemy of humanity, but I don't even want to think about being an enemy of Chaldea. I think I can go back to Tippel's house right now. Not until I get my emotions sorted out.
Wow, I didn't realize the sun had already left. Those power human history stories are so interesting. There's so much more I want to hear about the Lostbelts. That Greece place sounds awesome. I'd love to visit it myself. They said machines like the Stone Boulder were all over the world. Can you imagine?
The main street was filled with deinos talking about Chaldea. I guess the Livermet is telling them stories about the Lostbelts in the Shokta shrine. And why would they bother telling the deinos all that? They'll just let the deinos find out who did all this. Maybe the Livermet and Mesh don't know I'm the foreign god. No, of course they don't. If they did, they would never have let me come along with them. The Livermet doesn't know. Mesh doesn't know. Nobody at Chaldea knows. They can't know. They can't. I'm not deinos. I'm not human. I don't belong anywhere.
But you know, as much as I'd like to hear more stories. Yeah, I know what you mean. Power human history stories are fun, but they're also really sad.
Fun, but sad. Of course they are. We could never really be a part of that group, no matter how much we might want to. Forget it. I'm just going to stop thinking. I'm going to forget the foreign god and go back to who I was before I went to Mexico City. But just when I was about to completely give in to desperation. Hey, there you are! Hey! I saw the Livermet waving and coming my way. Ooh. 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 Ooh.
That was a great fragment. That was great. That got me in the feels. Oh, okay, I mean, I'm gonna end it here. I'm too tired to keep going, but that was great. That fragment here was great. This entire section was... I get what they were going for with it, right? I get what they're going for. They set up a few things that are going to be obviously important as time goes on. It did drag quite a bit though, but it's fine. Especially after the insanity of end of part 1, right? Going from the end of part 1 into this section here was a big change of pace, like a huge change of pace. But it's fine. I feel like we're gonna be starting from here on out. It wasn't bad. It wasn't badly written or anything along those lines. I think the dialogue was well done and stuff. It just felt like a lot of things that we know, like it was a lot of like regurgitating the same things that we've experienced before. And as I said, I get what they're going for. I get where this is going to go, right? We're spreading our stories and stuff among all the dinos. That's gonna be a big thing as the time goes on, but it does drag a bit because we know the stories already. It's fine though. And also just repairing the border isn't the most interactive the most interactive endeavor, right? It's basically us backtracking back to the falls and to the mountains, which is a story we've already done. We're just going back for materials, which is a fetch quest, which is not the most interactive stuff, but it's fine. It's fine. Now we're going back to full, I'm guessing full story. Yeah, fetch quests. I love it. No, it's fine. It wasn't horrible. It was just a bit... It just dragged a bit. But it's fine. I was also a bit tired, so that didn't contribute to it. Anyways. Yeah, tomorrow is gonna be an early stream. Oh, the thumbnail, let me see. I didn't see it. I heard pings and stuff. I didn't see it. Choose the one you like the most. Okay. Nice. Perfect. And it's just in a bunch of different colors. I'm not gonna show everything on stream here. That's nice. What's the plan for Lilim? Okay, let's talk about Lilim. So as far as I'm gonna guess that Lilim is going to, obviously it comes out on Friday as far as I know. Is it Friday for EU Bros or is it gonna be on Saturday for EU Bros? Does anyone know what the exact schedule is? Or is it... Because I don't know what... Friday for us as well, okay. Okay, so Friday for us EU Bros, which means that's when it's going to start. And then I'm guessing the story is going to be coming out over the course. Usually it's 5 days. Maintenance on Thursday, okay. Usually it comes out in the span of like 5, maybe 6 days. I want to plan it in a way where we can finish it on the day that the final story chapter comes out. Which would be... Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday? Tuesday or Wednesday is probably when the final... Probably Wednesday, right? Is when the final chapter comes out. Are we thinking that purely the story is gonna be more than 3 streams? Probably not, right? Let's say it's 3-hour streams. Are we thinking it's gonna be more than 9 hours altogether, the entire story? Like 3-hour streams? Probably not. Right. It's also missions, so kind of boring. I'm planning on basically skipping the entire story and doing all the missions apart from the final one until we play them, and then when we actually decide to stream them, I'm gonna go through my my room. 2 streams at a minimum. I did expect 2 streams, but 3 streams would be... Okay, wait, let me think. Wednesday... If we call the final stream of... Actually, it might not even be Wednesday, it might be Thursday that the story is gonna end, right? It's probably gonna end up being Wednesday, though, if I were to guess. It could be Thursday, though. If we do Tuesday, no, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, those are all probably 3-hour streams. You can skip story until section 16. Yep. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna be okay. I'm just gonna say it like this. If we do 4 streams, that's fine. Whatever. This is the plan for Lilim. I'm setting this plan in stone, unless some big revolutionary idea comes up. But I think this is gonna be how it's gonna be set in stone. We are gonna be streaming Lilim. Actually, wait. Is this even going to work? Yeah, it should. We're gonna be streaming Lilim on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And if Wednesday is the final day that it comes out, great. That's great. We can finish it on Wednesday, hopefully. If we don't finish it on Wednesday or whatever, then we can finish it on Thursday. And it's fine. Right? Whatever. Oh, the final day would be Friday? Okay, scratch that. It's 7 days. Scratch that then. This doesn't work out. We have to finish it on Saturday. Okay. New plan. Okay, and Saturday can be a long stream, so that's good. That works out. New plan. Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday are streams where... No, actually... Scratch that as well. I just remembered I don't have time on Wednesday to stream. Okay. New plan. Fuck. I just remembered I have something on Wednesday, so I won't be able to stream a week from now. Okay. New plan. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. 3 streams. Those are going to be the Lilim streams. Tuesday and Thursday are going to be the early 3-hour streams. And we're gonna get through as much as we can for the story, and then on Saturday we power through it, and as long as it's not like gonna be 8 hours, we can just, if it's gonna be 6 hours, it's gonna be 6 hours, right? Because I should have time on Saturday. That's the plan. Up until that point, every stream is going to be LB7, which should be tomorrow with the early stream, and then Saturday, Sunday should be streams as well, which should be all LB7, and then Monday as well should be LB7 with the late stream. And then, as I said, Tuesday and Thursday and Saturday next week should be all the arcade collab streams where we play to the story. As I said, I'm going to skip through all of the story to get the missions done. I'm not trying to do the missions on stream, so I'm gonna skip through all of the story, get the missions done, and stuff like that, and then I'm going to skip up to section 16. I'm going to play the story on stream through my room from the beginning after it. What's up, gents? We're just finishing up. All event is like 8-hour story, maybe a little more. Perfect. The whole episode. Yeah, it's a short one, gents. Don't worry. It's one section. It was mostly a kind of like a recap section anyway. So don't worry. Don't worry. It's kind of banger of a final fragment here though with Olga Marie. Re-Zero. It's out. One section, one fragment. Yeah. So we have the schedule down. You guys know the rough idea around it now. That's the one, gents. Yeah, anyways. That's it. That's the plan. So, as I said, see you guys tomorrow for early tomorrow stream. Short one, 3-hour stream max. And we're gonna be going through what's called the City of Bones. Kingdom of Corpses, that's it. It's a completely different name. Kingdom of Corpses. So... plan sounds like a plan? Perfect! Sounds good to me! So yeah, thank you guys for joining today, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. I was a bit tired today. My voice is also extremely strained. I've been recording a lot over the past few days, so my voice has been a bit struggling a bit, but we should be fine tomorrow. So see you guys then. Bye.